Okay, in assignment 27, we're going to talk about loan calculations and how to calculate your monthly payment. Obviously, this is a big factor whenever you go to borrow money, is how much you're going to have to repay every month until the loan is paid off. And there are different ways to figure out how much your monthly payment's going to be. You can find loan tables out on the internet that would give you what your repayment amount would be based on how much you're borrowing, at what rate, and for how long. You can see on this loan payment table, we're borrowing $100,000, and the monthly payment would be $927.01. So of that $927.01, that's broken down. Part of it is going to principal, and part of it is going to interest. And as you can see, as the payments go by, more and more of the money is going to principal, and less is going to interest until you get it paid off over the course of 15 years in this example. So I think I might have seen a question where it didn't tell you the loan amount, but it gave you a table and it asked you what was the original loan amount. Well, if you take this principal paid and the loan balance and add those together, that would give you the loan amount, and I think that would work for any month. But if you see the first two, 302.01 and 99,697, actually add up to be $100,000 and 1 penny, but for rounding, that's where we're at there. So if you just add those two together, you would get the loan balance. But what if you don't have a table? Well, if you don't have a table, then there's going to be a formula, and it's a formula similar to the ones that we've used in the past. It's this big long formula right here, where M stands for the monthly payment, P stands for the principal, that's the amount you're borrowing. I think you know what all the other letters stand for. R is the rate, T, see that exponent, 12 times T, that would be 12 times the number of years. 1 plus R over 12 to the 12T power, and then minus 1. It's just a formula, so you just got to make sure that you plug the numbers in correctly. So in the example here, determine the total interest owed on a 5-year $10,000 loan. The principal would be $10,000. The rate would be 0.06. T would be 5. There's the R again, and there's the T again. So you would just plug those numbers in. If you notice, 10,000 is going in for the principal, 0.06 for the rate, 1 plus 0.06 over 12 to the 12 times 5. And then that's all divided by 1 plus 0.06 to the 12 times 5 power minus 1. Just a formula. You just need to plug the numbers in and let your calculator do the work. You just have to make sure that you follow the order of operations correctly when you're doing this. You're going to need to add these numbers together in the parentheses, and then take it to that power, and then multiply, probably backwards. But same with this one. You got to get this number in the parentheses, take it to that power, and then subtract 1. So if we look at this example here, Hannah is taking out a 4.3% loan. So that would be our rate. $18,000 would be our principal, and 8 years would be our time. So we're going to take these numbers and we're going to plug them back into the formula. So we look at the formula. Oh, the question was, how much will she pay in interest? So this question involves figuring out how much she's going to pay over the course of 8 years, and then simply subtracting the principal from that amount. And that extra that she pays over the principal would be her interest amount. So let's figure out how much she's going to pay every month first. So we're going to use this formula again. So the monthly payment is equal to the principal, 18,000, times R, 0.06, over 12, times 1 plus 0.06 over 12, all to the 12 times T, which this number would be 8. That's your numerator. I know it looks like a lot, but your calculator does all this work for you. 1 plus 0.06 over 12, all to the 12 times 8 power again, minus 1, and now we just need to let our calculator do the work. So this, if you see this 0.06 over 12 shows up like 3 times, so I'm going to go ahead and figure out what that number is equal to. 0.06 divided by 12. 0.06 divided by 12. Oops. That's not my rate. My rate was 4.3%. Sorry, I was looking at the other problem. The rate's 4.3. So this should be 0.043. Sorry about that. But I caught that before I did all those calculations. So this number, 0.043 over 12, shows up 3 times. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out what that number is. And this is 0.00358,333. I'm going to write that down so I have it. Okay, so I'm going to plug that number in. So the monthly payment is $18,000 times 0.00358,3333. I know it's a long number, but we got to use it. 1 plus 0.00358,3333, all to the 12 times 8, which would be 96. So that's my numerator. And my denominator is 1 plus 0.00358,3333 to the 96 power minus 1. I'm going to let my calculator do the work. So I'm going to add these together first and then take it to the 96 power. I already have that number in my calculator. So plus 1 equals that. Now I'm going to raise it to the 96 power. Equals 1.4097 11587. Now I'm just going to multiply that times that decimal again, and then multiply that times 18,000. And there's my numerator. 90.926,38889. Notice I'm not rounding. I'm not going to round until the end. You always want to wait till the end to round. Now I got to figure out the denominator. So I'm going to add these two together and take it to the 96 power. So 1 plus 0.00358,3333 equals that. Now to the 96 power is equal to that 1.409. And now I'm going to take away 1 from that. So I get 0.409711542. And when I divide these two, this is going to give me my monthly payment. So 90.926,38889 divided by 0.409711542. 221.93. 221.93. This is what they're paying per month. So the question was, how much interest is she going to pay? Well, she's going to pay this over the course of 8 years. 8 years is 96 months, so 221.93 times 96 would be 21,305.28. That's her total of all payments over 8 years. The question is, how much interest is she going to pay? Well, I simply need to take away the 18,000 that was the principal amount of the loan, and that would leave us with 3,305.28 in interest. That would be the answer to the question. So her monthly payment, we figured that out using the formula. She figured up how much we're going to pay over 8 years by multiplying it times 96 to find the amount of interest that she is paying. Simply subtract the 18,000 and you get 3,305.28 in interest. Okay, that is assignment 27.